Right, quick update on crypto.com. So we are having that rally after the Fed meeting. We've been talking about chopping into the Fed meeting and having a bullish rally. Just before we do jump into the CRO analysis, I would just like to quickly disclose the Fed meeting information. Now, this is why everything is rallying in the market. I will just jump through this quickly. I'm going to be talking about this extensively in tonight's Bitcoin video, but basically the Federal Reserve has increased the interest rates. It is the largest increase since the year 2000. Now, they increased the interest rates by 50 basis points, and if you're not an economist, it simply means they increased it by 0.5%. So 100 basis points is 1 percentage point, 50 basis points is 0.5 of a percentage point. I think the markets are rallying because we initially thought that, or at least the Fed's target was going to be a range between 0.75 and 1%. And obviously we got half of that 1% increase. So definitely good news for the crypto markets. At least the crypto markets is taking as good news. Bitcoin is rallying, crypto.com is rallying. We can now get rid of this vertical line talking about the Fed meeting, and let's jump right into the analysis. So while crypto.com is breaking somewhat bullish in the lower time frames, you can see we are trying to switch over to a bullish momentum phase. There is a few things that I wanted to highlight. First of all, on the 4-hourly time frame, we've been in a huge downtrend since 47 cent. On the 4-hourly, you can see this 4-hourly EMA has been a huge area of resistance. We have not managed to get above this in the longest period of time. We're still kind of hodling and kind of sticking around here. You could almost argue, I mean, this almost looks like an ugly inverse head and shoulders. I mean, to be fair, I've seen uglier inverse head and shoulders play out, and it does seem to be playing out. I'm not really, oh, you know what, I'll give you the price target. I can't talk about an inverse head and shoulders and not give you the price target. So yeah, that was probably a bit too long. I drew it to the side, but you can see this inverse head and shoulders, once again, fat fingered it, would carry us all the way up to between 33 and 34 cent, which nicely actually lines up with your 786 Fibonacci down here. Now, I'm not entirely 100% certain that crypto.com is still going to break bullish. Bear in mind, we are in price discovery to the downside in terms of the midterm trend. I always like to do this when a chart breaks bearish. I like to flip the scale so you can kind of get a different perspective. Let's imagine we're not looking at crypto.com, CRO, we're looking at ORC, which is a new crypto. And you can see you've got a local high here, you consolidated, and now you're breaking above that all-time high. We could just be coming back for a back test before we do go in price discovery to the upside. And you might be thinking, great, price discovery to the upside, but we have just inverted the scale. So I always feel like it's important to look at these things from different perspectives. While I do kind of use the inverse scale as somewhat of a meme, I'm being serious as well, because I mean, you invert the scale and it takes away some of the biases you might have. For example, I mean, I used to be invested in crypto.com. I had one of their crypto.com Visa cards. I used to stake CRO. I don't have any more CRO at this moment in time because they did change the fundamentals. The community really did not like the fundamental news change. You can see it's been landsliding since. So while we're rallying today, we're up 7%. Bear in mind, all of the cryptos are rallying. You know, you've got stocks that are up 5% today, and crypto.com's up 7%. So it is somewhat impressive, but bear in mind, this line here needs to be broken. 32.6 cent. This is a huge area of resistance, and we're honestly not safe until we get back, pardon me, and we're honestly not safe until we do get back above here. So we could see an increase coming. We could come up to the top of these EMA ribbons. We could come as high as 33 or 34 cent. We could even have a fake out. But when this happens, we need to come back. We need to back test the 33 cent, and we need to have a volume supported bounce breaking out of this region. We absolutely need to get above this red line. Until we're above this red line, I will be sitting on the sidelines for crypto.com. They have also somewhat amended their recent card policies. I made 2 news updates videos on those, so if you haven't heard either of the news, or if you haven't heard that after the first news where they reduced the rates, they actually amended them and increased them slightly. So I've got 2 videos on that. If you want to find them, click on my channel, click on playlist, click on news, and you will find my news updates on there. So that's really all I've got for crypto.com. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I think it's very black and white. While you're trading below your 4-hourly EMAs, you're clearly in a bear trend. While you've broken below this low, you're in price discovery to the downside. Until we get back above this low, I can't be bullish, and it is really as simple as that. I mean, we could look at the oscillators and beat around the bush and say, okay, you know, your oscillators are completely oversold, the money flow indicator, the RSI is in extremely oversold territories right now. I agree, but this is a technical indicator. This does not take in consideration that the fundamentals just went from 100 to 0. So, in my opinion, all of the value derived or perceived value derived from crypto.com was predominantly in their Visa cards and the promise that their blockchain Kronos is going to be built on top of. And if you think about it, it's the exact same value proposition as Binance BNB token. Not 100%, but because you've also got the crypto.com Visa cards where you stake CRO, so a lot of people were buying CRO, locking up the supply so they can get all these benefits of the card. That's what I did. That's the only reason I invested. I've got 2 friends that also have the crypto.com Visa card, and they did it for the exact same reason. If they didn't have that Visa card, they never would have invested a penny into crypto.com. Neither would I. So now the fundamentals have changed. I really do just want to sit on the sideline for a little bit, see how these settle in, see how the community reacts to these, and yeah, most importantly, see if we can get back above this red trend line at approximately 32.6 cent, which, you know, pretty much is coming up to your 786 anyway at 33. I think if we take out the red line here, we'll take out the 786. So that is all I've got for crypto.com. As always, none of this is financial advice, it is just my opinion on the market. If you were also looking for the full breakdown of the Federal Reserve interest rate increase, then go check out my channel. I will be posting this in my final video today on Bitcoin. That's all I've got. Cowboy out, and as always, peace.